let's go. Welcome to my review of Backlash 2020, and let's get to it now, shall we? The triple threat match for the Women's Tag Championships. Not much to say about it. It was a fine match. I appreciate the effort put in by all six ladies. They put up quite the fight, but there really was only one team who could win this match, and they did. It was Sasha Banks and Bayley. They retained. I think there's a lot more we can do with their them as tag team champions, and that we could wait just a little bit longer before they turn on each other and really get into that main event feud that they both deserve with each other. I think this is their year to main event against each other. I really hope that they main event SummerSlam, because women have never main evented SummerSlam, and I feel like Sasha and Bayley are the ladies for the job. I've been waiting so long for their rivalry. It was a little irritating. I remember Corey Graves saying, these two will never split up. They're inseparable. Nothing's getting in between them. And I'm just like there, and there's awkward silence. And I'm just like, did none of y'all watch NXT? Has no one else seen NXT? They were not friends in NXT. Sasha was so mean to Bayley in NXT. Does no one even remember that? I think it was 5 years ago, but come on now. They had a really good rivalry back then. I think they could probably maybe top it. I think it's possible that they could top the rivalry, maybe even top their matches from NXT. I believe in those two ladies. I think they deserve more credit than we've been giving them, or than the brass or people in charge of WWE have been giving them. You know, look forward to their rivalry very much. And I also like how Sasha got the pinfall for this match. I feel like she should be the one who just keeps on retaining, and one day she just screws up. She isn't able to get the W, and Bayley just blames it all on her. Just fucking lays into Sasha, telling her how she's not the boss anymore, that she's her bitch. And then they fight. I'm just saying, you know, I wish someone would say that to Sasha. You ain't the boss no more. You Bayley's. You know, that's a reason to fight. Come on, WWE. Come on. All right. Anyways, Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. That match just felt really, really long for me, you know. I don't really like Jeff Hardy matches anymore. It's kind of the same thing all the time. He gets dominated. I mean, he does the same moves, but he does them so much slower now. I feel like he's practically walking to all of his moves that he used to run for. And I grew up on the younger Jeff Hardy from 2007 to 2009. That guy was awesome. That guy was amazing. His fucking face paint and dancing around and shit. You know, but now it's just sad for me, you know. I'm not really looking forward to a Jeff Hardy feud anytime, a Jeff Hardy push anytime soon. At first, I wanted him to beat Sheamus, but the way he was getting dominated, I was like, oh, please don't make a John Cena comeback where you somehow, with unsurmountable odds, you prevail against the Celtic Warrior. I really didn't want that, and it didn't happen, so I'm pretty glad that it didn't happen. Hopefully Jeff can regain his momentum against somebody, because I want to see him feud with The Fiend. You know, I really want to see that happen sometime this year, or like just before Jeff Hardy leaves WWE, because who knows how long he's going to stay there. Who knows if he's going to retire there. I don't know. As for Sheamus, I think he's in line for a push. I mean, if this rivalry doesn't continue any further, I think it was a fine rivalry. But I also feel like Sheamus is just a decoy for the real mastermind behind what happened to Elias. You know what I'm talking about. They said guy with red hair and red beard. There's not only one guy. Sheamus isn't the only guy who looks like that. A certain former Intercontinental Champion looks like that. Eric Rowan. Just kidding. It's Sami Zayn. It's got to be Sami Zayn. That's got to be how he comes back. I mean, the rivalry writes itself. He is the great liberator. That was his gimmick. I actually really grew to really like that gimmick a lot, you know? I can't wait for Sami to come back. It's the great liberator to save us all from WWE TV lately. Anywho, yeah, I think it writes itself. I mean, he's the great liberator. Jeff has had some drinking problems and some drug problems and a rough past, a troubled past. He's going to try to save Jeff from all of that. He wants to be the liberator of Jeff. You know, I think that could be a pretty good rivalry. And it's already more interesting than the who ran over or who attacked Roman Reigns, who done it thing scenario from last year. I mean that storyline had some great matches, but like the story was horrible and wonky. It was just no. But this already seems better, and yeah, I look forward to Sami Zayn coming back. I hear he's gonna come back, and I miss him desperately. Asuka versus Nia Jax. I was really pissed off by the way they decided to end that match. I mean, DQ on pay-per-view? Are you fucking kidding me? I hate it when they, like, do that on pay-per-views. You know? Wait so long for this match, and then, like, a count-out? No, yeah, it wasn't even DQ, it was a count-out. That's how it ended. Asuka retained via count. I mean, of course, she was upset. She should be upset. You know, she's the babyface, and she's a fighter. You know, she doesn't back down from nobody. She loves to fight. So she has much more honor than that. So it's good that she was pissed off. But I was just pissed off that they even booked it in the first place. Like, if you guys were going to do a non-finish or a finish like that, just book it for an episode of Raw to get us more excited for the actual pay-per-view match. Don't make us wait for the pay-per-view just to, like, not have any finish at all. You know? Come on. I was so damn pissed because I want this Asuka title reign to be so good. I need it to be good, all right? Asuka is my favorite women's wrestler ever, all right? I want her to reestablish herself as this dominant badass that she was 2 years ago, you know? I want everyone to see what I saw in Asuka for like the first 3 years that she was with WWE, or the first 2.5 years. You know, she was so cool. And I still believe that she can be cool. I still believe that she is cool. But God, the booking. I know this is a cheap way for her and Nia Jax to continue their rivalry, but still, it pisses me off. But if they're going to do it, might as well be a steel cage match, you know, against Nia Jax. Because, like, you know, get away from her. You know, I'd watch that. Or an Extreme Rules match. Just Falls Count Anywhere? Yeah, actually, Falls Count Anywhere makes more sense. You know, count out. Let's just stop complaining about that match. That match, didn't like it. Miz and Morrison versus Braun Strowman was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed their efforts to take out Braun Strowman, but it was pretty obvious that they were gonna have some like issues when right before they were like, "Oh, only one of us can become champion." I was like, come on. I was actually kind of rooting for them to be double champions, but when they said that like right before the match, it was like, they're gonna have issues. They're gonna split up, you know. And it's a shame that they're gonna split up because they had a really good music video before the match, and unlike SmackDown, we actually got to see a lot of the music video. And me and my brother agreed it was actually really good. It was actually a really good music video. It was so damn good, so entertaining, and like now I kind of want to play it at my wedding. Or slow dance to it at a dance, or just play it, blast it while I'm driving through the streets. You know, it was really good. And then Braun Strowman stopped it before it even got to finish. We were so close to finishing it. Those two together, Miz and Morrison, they're national treasures. All right, they proved that tonight. All right, it's a shame that they're gonna split up soon. You know, but it'd be like that. Miz got in the way of Morrison. He stopped Morrison from beating Braun Strowman. Morrison was so close, and I feel like Morrison deserves to be world champion at least once in this second run. I mean, or twice, because I kind of count his ACW world title run. Some people don't, but I count it in here. In here, I count it. But, like, further down the line, I know they're probably going to have a great feud, but further down the line, he needs to win a Universal title or world title. He deserves it. All right? John Morrison fucking deserves it. He's very hardworking, you know. Love that man. You know. About the Miz and Morrison feud, you know, I feel like it's gonna be Morrison turning face and Miz being a heel, but like I don't want to see that because that's what we saw last time. You know, we've already been used to seeing Morrison as the face and Miz as the heel. I kind of want to see it the other way around, you know? And, you know, I think Miz is underrated as a babyface. He's given some pretty good promos, especially in that Shane McMahon rivalry. I think you could do more with the Miz as a face and Morrison as a heel. I think that could be a really, really fun and interesting rivalry. Very intriguing. I think there's more money to that. But they probably won't give me what I want. They rarely do. Don't look at me. Super Mario, go away. No. As for Braun Strowman, it's only a matter of time before he gets attacked by The Fiend and they set up their next feud. But until then, I say he fights Sheamus. No? Baron Corbin? I prefer Sheamus. You know? That'd put a nice end or a nice roadblock in the way of Sheamus's current push. Right? So, yeah. I think that could be cool. Braun Strowman beating the shit out of Sheamus at Extreme Rules and then getting attacked by The Fiend. You know? He's just been keeping it warm for The Fiend. Let's be honest here. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. That was actually also a pretty good match. I mean, there was a lot of botches, but, like, I still liked it a lot. Like, I enjoyed the physicality, you know, and I was actually really, really genuinely concerned for them, you know? So it felt more realistic than the other matches, because I was, like, more concerned for their safety than ever. Even when they weren't botching, I was like, ooh, that was a rough move, or, oh, God, they really hit that, you know? And it was great because it got to reestablish Lashley as this powerful beast again, or this monster, this destroyer. You know, I think they need to bring him back to that, because I loved it when TNA treated Lashley as the destroyer. You know? It's too bad he couldn't win tonight. He was so close. I mean, I like Drew, but I feel like this was Lashley's night. If it's not tonight, then I don't think it's going to happen again. You know? Unless he gets rid of Lana pretty soon. I feel like she's holding him back. I know that's fucked up, but that's pretty much where the story's going. I think we all see it coming, that him and Lana are going to split up. The only thing, the saddest part about it is I don't know what's going to happen to Lana after they break up. I don't know what you're going to do with Lana after Lashley breaks up with her. I don't know if she's going to manage someone else, be a singles wrestler. She's never really been that good of a wrestler, but she's an okay manager, not as great as she used to be. She was best alongside her husband, who is her actual husband, Rusev, who is now gone. So, yeah, things are not looking good for Lana anytime soon. But nonetheless, it was a fine match. It was a fine scrapping contest. Viking Profits Brawl. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I decided to. God, there was so much that happened. And, like, I remember, like, the first half of it, I, like, hated that it was happening. I was like, oh, come on. You guys could have saved this for an episode of Raw, I thought. Like, for most of the time, that's why I was upset. I was like, this isn't a match. Come on. Just make pay-per-views more serious and to the point. If you got a big angle, just do it in the match. But, like, this isn't the match. I thought they were buddies, too, so that's why I had a problem with it. I was like, why are they doing a backstage brawl? But as it progressed, it got more and more ridiculous and more funny. And, like, I think my brother feels the same way, where we were both, like, a little pissed off at first. But then we were like, okay, fine. Yeah, this was really fun. It was really fun. It was really funny. I think if you haven't checked it out, you should. You definitely should. So much happened. I thought one of the teams turned heel, but they didn't. And Ivar really stood out in personality-wise. Like, that dude's a star. I'm sorry to Eric, because Eric is a really good wrestler too, but Ivar is a freaking star. You know, he did so many flashbacks. That dude is so entertaining. And yeah, I'm okay with waiting for Extreme Rules to finally get that Viking Raiders and Street Profits match. I'm fine with that, but it felt like we already had Extreme Rules with their brawl. It felt like we got a trailer or a preview. But it was a fun trailer, and it actually did get me hyped up for Extreme Rules. I'm like, wow, why can't WWE be this extreme or this fun extreme all the time? Why can't it be like this all the time when we're looking for extreme matches? You know? One thing I want to talk about is Akira Tozawa's cameo. At first, my brother thought it was EC3, and I thought that too for a second when I saw those guys on the bikes. I was like speculating. I was like, oh my God, is it the Nexus? Are they finally coming back? Are they going to attack the Viking Profits? It wasn't them. We saw the guy in the helmet. We're like, is it EC3 and all the people who were released? Because that would also be a pretty cool faction, I guess. I guess it could work. EC3 makes sense as the leader. He deserved more of a chance in WWE, more of a push. He's proved himself as a main event star. But it wasn't him. It was Akira Tozawa. My God, Akira Tozawa is also very entertaining. Unfortunately, it wasn't the start of his own faction. He just had a bunch of ninjas attack the Viking Prophets, which was also fun. You know, it's nice to see Akira Tozawa get some more spotlight. God, that guy deserves a push because he's a great wrestler and he's really funny. He deserves a push, okay? Akira Tozawa does deserve more opportunities. Don't just have him job out. I like Akira Tozawa, okay? I do. I really liked his run with Titus Worldwide and feuding with Neville. The past 2 years, he's just fallen under the radar, and I haven't really been rooting for him or really cared much for him. But this tonight, and it's like his short feud with R-Truth for the 24/7 title, that got me to root for him again. All right, you know, I'd forgotten about him. He just came out of nowhere with that, and he also introduced some really tall ninja in the end, who they were all scared of. I hope that leads to something. I know it was a little ridiculous, but I hope like he stays with that large ninja, because that guy, I hope that's an actual wrestler and they like form some sort of alliance or tandem, and we see more of that on TV, because I think that could help Akira Tozawa, and it'd be cool, you know, if he helped introduce a new star to Monday Night Raw, who a lot of guys end up fearing. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, Akira Tozawa deserves more credit, deserves more praise. And the Viking Prophets, I'm excited to see them start having some actual matches. All right? But I'm also excited to see them fight Extreme Rules. Congratulations, WWE. I want to see more of this. I thought I was done with them, but I want to see more. Randy Orton versus Edge. I was so pissed off at first when they were trying to talk about it as like the greatest wrestling match ever. Like, the moment they announced that, I was like, oh, fuck. Charlie Caruso just turned heel for saying that. I can't forgive you for saying that shit, Charlie, when you were like, this might be, if you two were to fight a wrestling match at Backlash, it could be the greatest wrestling match ever, you know? They try to make a wrestling match seem like such a big deal, and it was like, we see wrestling matches all the time. Why is this different? You know? I was pissed off about that. Another thing I was pissed off about during the match, I'll get to the actual match first, but I was pissed off because it was a really good match. It was actually really good. It might be an early candidate for match of the year, even. Greatest wrestling match ever? I don't know about that, but it was pretty damn good. It was pretty fantastic. We really liked it, me and my brother. We had a lot of fun. It woke us up, and we're like, whoa, this is actually really good. I don't want this to end. I actually chanted out. I was like, yeah, it's not that good. I was like, fight forever, you know, that's what I did. I was really intrigued, and I wanted to see more of it. I didn't want it to end, but the way it ended was also really good too, you know, but I was pissed off. Tom Phillips has turned heel for me tonight. Tonight he turned heel. I hated it. Here's why he turned heel. Because Edge paid homage to his friend Christian by performing his classic move onto Randy Orton. Most of you should know it is called the kill switch, but Tom Phillips called it the unprettier. The unprettier. That is Tyler Breeze's move. That's not what Christian calls it. I mean, maybe one time way before, back in the old days, or the first time he did it, it was called he called it the unprettier. But no, for Christian, it is known as, that's the kill switch. That is what I've gotten used to him calling it, and that is how I know it whenever I see it on TV. Even when Tyler Breeze does it, I think to myself, oh, that's the kill switch, because Christian is a legend, all right? And it's pretty clear to me that he was paying homage to Christian, because he also did Christian's corner kick reversal to Randy Orton in that same match. But Tom Phillips had the audacity to call it the unprettier when it was obvious he was paying homage to Christian, who calls it the kill switch. God, I hate Tom Phillips so much right now. There, I got that out of my system, I think. I don't know. Maybe I might create Tom Phillips in 2K19 and just or 2K20 and just throw him off Hell in a Cell, or throw him off a ladder, powerbomb him, tap him out, put on a wrestling clinic up against him, last man standing, Iron Man match, I Quit match. Just, God, I'm so pissed. So pissed. But the match was fan-freaking-tastic, and I actually want to see more of their rivalry, okay? I was getting tired of it because I was like, when is Edge going to fight someone new? But now I'm like, okay, you can fight Randy Orton one more time because I want to see you try to top it, all right? I think you guys can do it. I think you can. I believe in you. I want to see you top it. I loved all the homages that they paid in this match, all the tributes they played to other wrestlers, with the superplex to Bob Orton. I did not know that was a Bob Orton move till tonight. The angle slam, the rock bottom, the Three Amigos. Who else? The pedigree. Oh, it was so nice. Like, sometimes people shit on matches when, like, the wrestlers are copying moves of legends, but to me, I see it differently. Like, when you pay homage to a lot of legends or copy legends in a wrestling match, I think that could make a match even better, because it shows how much love you have for this business, how much love you have for the people before you, you know, how connected you are to this business, that you're letting your fan, your inner fan come out in the matches that you wrestle. You know, even though they're athletes and they're so talented, they're fans just like us. And that's what they showed us when they did this. They have so much respect for the people before them. And to do that, even though Randy Orton was a heel, and in kayfabe terms, he might have been doing it to insult Eddie Guerrero with the Three Amigos. But I know deep down it's because he's got respect for Eddie Guerrero. I know, because then Edge did it back to him. And I was like, oh, I love these guys. Honestly, this match inspires me, all right? Because, truth be told, I think about it all the time about becoming a wrestler. I think about it all the time when I'm working out. And even when people try to make me feel bad about myself, when they say that, oh, you're too short, and they tell me about how short I am and how weak I am, how sensitive I am, and how I could do so much more of my life or something totally different other than wrestling. But I see that, and I just think, God, you know, I'd love to just have one really good wrestling match, just like they did just now. I have so much respect for these guys, because I thought they're at near the ends of their careers. They're at the twilights. Why would they need to have a greatest wrestling match ever? Why would they need to prove themselves? They got nothing left to prove. But by the time the last bell rung, I got it. You know, I respected it. That even at the twilight of their careers, they still want to have really good wrestling matches and prove that they are really great wrestlers, that they are more than just the flashy stunt men, that they're artists too. It reminded me that sometimes wrestling can be art as well. Wrestling at its best can be art, a masterpiece. Was this a masterpiece? For me, yeah, actually. Could it be an even better masterpiece? I think so. I believe in them. It was great. And the ending, with Edge trying to get him in the anti-venom, Orton sort of low-blowing him, but in a way where the ref couldn't see, where no one was really sure if he cheated, and then bringing back the punt. Finally, he brought back the punt, and he punted his head all clean off. Not literally, for people who got to the end of this and don't watch wrestling. He did not literally kick his head off, but God, the punt is so beautiful and so devastating. It's a beautiful disaster of a move, but God, I'm excited for the future of wrestling. And I look forward to the rest that WWE plans. When that match ended, the first thing I said was, God, fuck you, Vince McMahon, for reminding me why I still watch wrestling, for why I still love professional wrestling. Curse you for reminding me why. Why I keep coming back to this. And why I subject myself to talking about it on YouTube for, God, who knows how many people. Around 15. But that's all, folks.